how's it going? It's your boy Chiefs Rays Bolts here, and boy am I excited for this one. All right, let's take a look at it, right? Here is my ballpark map. The black and white spots are the parks I have not been to. We have White Sox, both New York, Philadelphia, and Fenway Park, okay? Now, of course, I have not been to Houston or Pittsburgh since I was only a child, so I don't really remember them. I don't really count them. I can't rate them because I just simply don't remember. So I'd like to go back to those two as well. But as far as these 4 plus the 5, 2 of these are getting knocked off this weekend, that being Yankee Stadium and Citi Field. Games are tomorrow. I'll be flying up today. So I usually wear the Devil Rays on the road, right? But I figured for New York, baby, we got to change shit up. That's right, baby. The Flex Base Gray Rays jersey with the World Series hat. I think it's a beautiful combo, and I'm super stoked to go up to New York and finally see Yankee Stadium and Citi Field. Super excited. Let's go. Look at this beautiful scenery. Look at this.
Smith never left after 4.
All right, baby, here we are, Citi Field. There we are. All right, so it's Friday night. Tomorrow we'll be going to the Yankees game. But here we are, beautiful park. Gonna be high in the rankings, promise you that. All right, here we are, Yankee Stadium. I hate these people. Every time the Yankees play the Rays, all I ever do is talk shit. So it's finally good to be here in their house. And so far, I haven't had much smoke yet. I want it. Give it to me. Here we are at Yankee Stadium. All right, listen, man. When I rate ballparks, I put biases aside. Obviously, Yankees are my least favorite team in baseball. But when I tell you, this is one of the most underwhelming ballparks I've ever been to. I mean it. There is nothing about this place so far that has stuck out to me. The Rays have a bigger museum than the Yankees do, and that's not even a joke. The Rays, they have a bigger and better museum than the New York Yankees, the oldest franchise in sports has, dude. Anyways, here we are, tarp on. Game hasn't even started yet. The Mets, I mean, I haven't fully explored yet, but I'm telling you, I think the Mets have a better park. I think at least 20 other teams have a better park than the Yankees do, which is disappointing because this is like supposed to be the best franchise in sports. They have so much money, I don't get it, but we'll see the rest. You don't see this on the TVs, but look at this beautiful view, said nobody ever. You got friggin' these ugly buildings, subway station, old and rusted. I mean, you just, from what I've seen in pictures and on TVs, my expectations of this place were so much higher. And I think the current view of the stadium best describes this. Disappointing. There's just nothing about it that is special or unique in my opinion. I think it is a bottom tier stadium. I was actually so excited for this stadium. I had such high expectations, and it's just, I'm legitimately disappointed. There's just, this isn't even because I dislike the Yankees. Like, I'm fair when it comes to stadium rankings. It's just, my disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. That's why this isn't even the best ballpark in New York City. Just saying. So I've said briefly before in previous videos that once I actually go to all 30 MLB stadiums, I will come out with a rankings video from my opinion of the best ballparks. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a spoiler here. I have Citi Field and the New York Mets in the top 10 as of right now. I have Yankee Stadium in the bottom 5. Now, again, this is not because I dislike the Yankees. It's not because I'm a racist. I promise you that. Let me just go into detail of why it was such a disappointing ballpark. First of all, I've been to most of Florida's spring training ballparks, and the Yankees have the best one here. With them having the nicest spring training facility, I could have only imagined that they would have one of the nicest Major League Baseball stadiums, especially due to the fact that they put $2.3 billion into the construction of this stadium. The Yankees were established in 1901 and since then have won 27 World Series championships, so many more than any other team has. With that rich history, I expected them to have a fantastic museum, one of the best in baseball, and previously I had gone to Cincinnati, and Cincinnati really set a standard for baseball museums because theirs was amazing. It was about 3 stories high, and just, if you wanted to go over everything there, it would have taken you over an hour. So with me going to Cincinnati and having that experience beforehand, I expected the Yankees to at least come close. No. This was their museum. This was them showing off all their history. Are you fucking kidding me? For God's sake, Tropicana Field has a bigger museum. I wouldn't be surprised if Tropicana Field had more Yankees history in their museum than the actual Yankee Stadium does. So that was the first disappointing factor. The second one being, when you walked around the stadium, it felt like about the most average ballpark that you could actually walk around. There was nothing that stood out. There was nothing unique about it. It was just a regular old-ass ballpark. There weren't a whole lot of food options. It wasn't a terrible selection, but I'm just saying Tropicana Field has more food to choose from. And people tend to love the scenery of Pittsburgh and St. Louis and San Diego, those type of stadiums. Well, you're not going to get that here at Yankee Stadium. You don't see it on the TV. You get some beautiful Chernobyl-like fucking government apartments with an old-ass ugly railroad track. It's terrible. Let's talk about the main Yankees team store. It was no bigger than a goddamn Walmart garden center. Nothing special about it at all. Once again, Tropicana Field has it bigger. But aside from the stadium itself, what is the game day experience like? What happens when the Yankees hit a home run? Oh, wow. They flash some lights. No fireworks, no cool explosions. Nope, you flash a couple of fucking lights. You ever watch a Yankees game on TV and whenever the Yankees strike a batter out, they play a really weird whistle that just pisses you off? Yup, nothing special about that either. It's literally fucking ad revenue for the Yankees. They play it as an advertisement for a goddamn appliance store called PC Richard & Son. Again, there was nothing about this park that just made you think, wow, this is fucking awesome. The entire experience was just nothing more than disappointing, and honestly, I think the most unique feature of Yankee Stadium is the fucking white fence design that they have along the top. So yeah, just in case you want to know why I have it ranked so low, those are just a few reasons. The Mets game, they gave away Mrs. Met Wonder Woman bobbleheads. It's very unique, it's very interesting, and I actually think it's hilarious, to be honest with you. You know, it doesn't matter what stadium I go to, if they're giving away bobbleheads, I like to keep them. So just to showcase this a little bit, this is actually dope. So it's got the Mets logo, it's got DC Comics logo, you know, Wonder Woman, Mrs. Met. This is actually hilarious. I'm telling you, this is going somewhere. It's being displayed somewhere. Okay, anyways, at the same Mets game, they were doing, you know, like in between innings, how some teams will do, like they'll shoot off t-shirts with the t-shirt cannons and stuff. So the Mets did that, except instead of shooting it from the field, they had employees actually come up to different sections and hand fans the shirts. Anyways, me being one of the only fans in the entire section, I was given one of the shirts. So this was it. It's an extra large, but it's a This is where it's at Citi Field shirt, which is actually funny because at the shop I was looking for a Citi Field shirt. They didn't sell them. So it's kind of funny that this is how I got my Citi Field shirt, was through one of those shirt giveaways that they just throw to fans. But no, it's pretty cool, although it is an extra large, so I'll probably rarely wear it. Their souvenir cup, and their souvenir cup was dope as hell. Look at that. It's a dope shot of Citi Field with fireworks going off. This is by far one of the coolest souvenir cups I've seen. So as I do every MLB stadium, I get mini bats. That's kind of my souvenir with these ballparks. So there's the one I got for the Mets. Pretty cool, two-tone, orange and blue. And that's that. If you've seen from other videos of mine, I've mentioned it briefly before. I love Hard Rock shirts. Doesn't matter what city I get it from. I love Hard Rock shirts. Every Hard Rock location has their own unique Hard Rock shirt, and sure enough, Yankee Stadium had one of those. So this is it. It's Hard Rock Cafe, Yankee Stadium, and on the back, I thought was really dope, actually. That's not a Yankee logo, nah. But yeah, this is the only piece of merch that I will ever wear with a Yankee logo on it. It's kind of like I couldn't really avoid that. It's really cool artwork of Yankee Stadium, I think. And I have a lot of shirts that are just like this, except unique to the city that I got it from. So again, I love Hard Rock shirts, and this was a must cop when I found out that they had a Hard Rock Cafe in the stadium. Second souvenir cup as well. This is my least favorite ever because it says Quest for 28. And I hope that quest is still going on many years after I am dead. Basically, in other words, I hope that they never win the World Series in my lifetime. I just hate them that badly. But this is actually funny. I'm just now realizing it says 2019 Collector Series. So I guess they just have some leftovers from 2019. But Quest for 28... Souvenir cups are cool. I like to keep them, but this is probably one of my least favorites I've ever had. And lastly, of course, the mini bat, as I always do. This is pretty much the only one they had. New York Yankees wordmark logo, and I like the two tones because it makes it unique for that specific team. So that's the one I got for the Yankees.